Uh-oh. I think we're live.
Uh-oh is correct.
Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing?
I imagine they're doing fantastic.
Yeah. Is everybody getting tired of staring at the same four walls?
I find this interesting. I think the whole business model of different places is going to change.
I did too. I was raised as an only child, so I feel like I've been ready for this my whole life, being like latchkey kid and all that.
Well, yeah. I know. I'm, showing up to work in my pajamas, so this works out pretty well.
Yeah, this is your normal look.
This is my apocalypse outfit. I don't know what you're doing over there.
Man,
You're wearing your painting regular outfit. But this, wine and onesie is where it's at.
I've got a little espresso.
Yeah.
I want to face this apocalypse with my eyes wide open.
See, I don't want to do that.
Oh, that's wrong.
I don't do that.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. This is really special. We wanted to do something kind of fun. We currently have a show going in San Antonio right now called the Hero Dog Show, and I'm so excited about it. It's about service dogs. I travel with a guide dog, Eagle. Before that, it was Echo. And this show is actually going to benefit the guide dogs of Texas, which is just an incredible organization. And I was so sad whenever all this happened with the virus, of course, and people couldn't go out. We were going to do workshops and a talk and stuff. And then we thought, hey, instead of just canceling it all, let's just do it online. Let's just go on here and have some fun.
Yeah, and not only that, your other show in Frisco got canceled, so tomorrow, the show is up and it exists, but there's nobody to walk around and see it. So,
yeah.
So
Tomorrow at 2 p.m., we're actually going to go to Frisco to the gallery, and we're going to walk around, and we're going to do it live. So you can actually direct us like robots if you want to. You can tell us like, go look at that, go look at this, and it'll be fun because we'll be the only people there in the gallery.
Yeah.
They're closed down, but they're going to open up and let us do that, and we're going to have somebody to talk to interview, so there will be someone there, so that'll be nice.
Yes, that'll be good, and everybody will get to see the show. And we're taking it down like literally the same day because it comes down before the place even opens back up. So.
Yeah, because there was no reason. They were like, well, if you want to, because the building's closed,
Yeah,
so might as well take it back.
Virtual tour.
But,
we can do this in our pajamas every day, all day.
Yeah. And I was thinking today, because all this can be kind of sad, but also art came to me at a time when it shouldn't have, really. And it really helped me and made me feel a lot better. It made me feel, I don't know what I would have done without art. So we're gonna start trying to give away like some free things. We're gonna be doing a lot of things. We're currently writing a coloring activity book for adults and children too. It's not like it's not like one of those adult coloring books where there's a lot of dirty words and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's and we're gonna be giving that away. Actually, we're gonna give a sneak peek of it away this weekend, I think.
Yeah. So if you go to the website. It's kind of how everything's going is a little bit online. So if you go to the website now and you sign up for our newsletter, you will get sent a sneak peek to the coloring book this weekend. I haven't sent it out yet, but anybody that signs up for the newsletter will get a sneak peek at the coloring book, as well as a coupon code for the website. So, go ahead and do that. And then if you have any problems with it or anything, just shoot an email to bramblett@gmail.com and we'll fix whatever's going on. But
yeah, and then the coloring book's going to be fun because it's not just a coloring book. Like there's art prints in there. There's a lot of stuff that we're just giving away, and we're going to be doing workshops like on Saturday. We'll show in a little bit, but I'm going to be doing a painting, but it's sort of a coloring book painting. It's not really coloring book. It's a real painting, but for me, I'm going to use paint sheet, but we're going to make it available tonight or tomorrow. When is that going to be on Facebook? Like the image of the ice cream dog.
Well, we can make it available tonight. It's just getting a high-res version of it or whatever.
Oh, cool. I have the drawing, and so we're going to put the image online, and so if you want to print it out and if you want to color along, or if you have kids, we're going to do it in the afternoon on Saturday. So if you have kids, if they want to do it, if you want to print out a bunch of copies of it and they want to use crayons or you want to use watercolors, I'm going to use acrylics, and you don't need any special colors. Like I'm not going to say, oh, you need this low-res cadmium yellow of, from this one flower, somewhere. No, it's going to be like normal colors that anybody has. So if you have a box of regular crayons, and I want to do that because,
Or markers.
Yeah, markers,
I have a slew of coloring books. Mostly
really?
Star Trek.
But, that makes sense. I'm not surprised.
But, I use markers. So
Oh.
you could use a marker.
Well, that's really cool. Well, man, yeah. So it really, I just want to open it up to anything. So it's going to be like a little art workshop, but well, we can all paint on the same image, or we can just chat. And if you want to do it, you can. And but it's open to any kind of medium.
Yes.
You know, it's whatever's around the house.
Yep.
You don't have to go to the store and buy anything. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know we're trying not to.
Yeah. Yeah. And my mom, which I know if you guys have watched any of the live shows, you've probably met my mom, and she's going to the store every day. She's really careful. She has her Clorox wipes, and I think she's going to 2 today. Like she travels through the like from Denton where we live to where they live out in the country. She hits up the little country grocery stores.
Yeah. Well, I know, and I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. I'm not usually the one that's alarmed at anything, but this time around, I'm like, I don't really want to touch anything. So,
Yeah.
ran my 5 errands for the next like 6 days, and then I'm back in my onesie.
There you go. Nice. That's the way you do it. Well, should we talk a little? This show, guys, I'm so excited. We did a show a few years ago with the Greller Gallery in San Antonio, and we did the same thing. And I get so excited, I'm starting to get tongue tied. The Farrell Greller is the owner of the gallery, and it's the gallery is actually in an animal hospital, which is really cool because it's a place where dogs get love. You know, they get healed, and they're huge supporters of the guide dog school. So this is the second time that we've partnered up with them, and you know, and the benefits the guide dog school. So it's really, I'm really excited.
So
can I show the picture
of the guide dog? Okay, yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'm gonna see. My job is to push some buttons. I have a thing over here, and I have I have like 4 buttons. So I'm gonna try not to mess them up.
Okay, go. Oh,
Did I get,
that's ridiculous.
These aren't just normal cute, adorable puppies. These are genius cute, adorable puppies. These are guide dog puppies.
This is the N litter, and today they are 17 days old.
Wow, 17 days.
17 days old. They're so cute. So, and if you want more pictures of just their day-to-day lives and the updates, it's at the Guide Dogs of Texas Facebook, and they're ridiculously cute. There's some other cute pictures of it on their website that you gotta check out because they're just ridiculous. And these dogs, just think about it, they're gonna be so smart in 2 years. It's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness! Even as puppies, when they're little puppies, they act different. Like I don't know. They're so super sweet, but you can tell they're smart. Like when they start being able to walk around a little. I don't. But they're part of the N litter, which if you don't know about guide dogs, every litter has a letter. So for Eagle and for Echo, they both came from Eagle. So sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure exactly where we stopped. Probably on the cute puppies. But I'm gonna keep watching this. For some reason, like we've tested the bandwidth and we've done all that. Everything is fine until we stream live, and then it must be on Facebook's end or something. Because
let's blame it on them.
Well, I mean, because we'll actually do a test with the software we're using that goes to Facebook, and then. Anyway, you don't need to know all the particulars, but yeah, it's. I felt so good about it not crashing this time.
Well, live and learn. So we'll just trust everybody to relog back on and watch. I mean, you're constantly on your Facebooks anyway, so
there you go.
So, but I do appreciate people that have been watching. Robin tuned in, Barbara tuned in, and Ron Captain tuned in, and Barbara gave me a compliment on my onesie.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, so, with that said, puppies were super cute.
Mm-hmm.
The show at the Greller, it's currently up, but obviously with all this going on, we're not going to probably have the reception. But 50% of the proceeds of each painting sold goes to the Guide Dogs of Texas. So, I mean, it's a pretty big deal, and it's a huge help. Like, we did this 2 years ago, and we sold every single painting, and right when we ended the show, they actually had something in their van broke down.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Their van broke down, and they were like, "Oh no!" And we were able to, give them half of the proceeds, and it fixed the van. I forget what it was, but it was like a cooling because they leave the the dogs in the car, and they have like a huge generator that is like a cooling thing, so it's constantly
That's right.
in there.
I forgot about
And,
that. In San Antonio,
anyway,
it gets warm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that went out and they had to fix it, and so the proceeds to that show a couple of years ago went to fixing that, and they were back on the road. So again, it's awesome. You know, if you're interested at all in any of the paintings, holler at us via email or something, or comment on this.
Yeah, and all that help it was because of the people that bought the paintings. I mean, you know, it wasn't us. It was the people that bought the paintings to help the guide dog school, and every penny at that school goes to the dogs. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They are. It's an incredible organization. They're just so good.
So with that said, the exhibit that's going on at the Grella right now is titled Hero Dogs by John Bramblett. This is weird. It's a weird virtual gallery tour. Okay, here we go. It's a 10-piece painting series in honor of the meaningful roles and relationships dogs play in our everyday lives.
I should say, I think you're about to read the.
I am.
What are you going to read?
Your artist statement.
Artist statement. Okay, cool. So this is the artist statement for the show.
Yes.
So imagine you're walking into the show.
Yes.
You smell espresso. Smell wine. You see a lady in a bear outfit.
You see a plaque on the wall. It's got the artist statement and everything about it going on. Your quote for this show was...
Read it, Bear.
My hope is that this exhibition will inspire more kindness and gratitude in the world, not just towards one another, but for our hero dogs, too.
Dogs need love.
John. So, with that said, this is the artist statement for this show. Are you ready? Because I might get choked up.
Oh, really? Wow. I'm ready. Yeah, I want to see a bear get choked up. Let's do it.
Okay. This is John, but I'm reading it next to you, so this is silly, but whatever.
Ooh.
Inspired by my guide dogs, Eagle and Echo, with whose help I have traveled the world and chased my dreams, I began to wonder what other incredible dogs are out there. In my search to uncover the most extraordinary dogs, I came across individuals whose stories quite literally blew me away, inspired me, and sometimes brought a tear to my eye. In this series of paintings, you will see canines that have captured our hearts, inspired us with their bravery, and gone beyond anything ever expected of them with their kindness and loyalty. As a person who puts their life in their dog's paws every time I cross the street, I know how easy it is to take their incredible love and service for granted. Our dogs protect our borders, find us when we are lost, and assist those with disabilities to live independent lives. Furthermore, they give their time and love unconditionally to all of us every day. In the Hero Dogs series, I try to capture the unique and incredible life stories of 10 dogs. As you view each painting, I purposefully painted each dog looking back at you to symbolize their relevance today, while I highlight their stories from the past. The needs that these dogs fulfilled for the people around them years ago are still relevant today. These needs are universal for hero dogs: to protect, explore, find the lost, be a friend, or even just give a laugh when it is needed most. The Hero Dog series may highlight stories of past deeds, but they are a reminder of the canine heroes that we have living amongst us today, making our lives brighter and safer every day. Enjoy.
Well read. Wow.
I know, I did it without crying. Anyway, so there you go.
Well read, and
all right.
And yeah. So this is my favorite part.
You want to talk about the dogs?
Yeah. We talk about the dogs, but I want to say though that Jackie is huge in this show. I did all the paintings. Jackie scoured the internets, the world, looking for amazing dogs, and it was so cool that you would come in. You were like, I just read about this dog that did this amazing thing. I want to tell you all about it.
Well,
and I'm like, wow, that does sound cool. I want to paint that dog.
I do have to give props to your fan crew a little bit, because we put the word out last year in the summer, and we were like, hey, anybody know of any famous dogs? And there were people that came out of the woodwork and were like, this dog is cool, and I would read up on it, and I was like, wow, everybody out there, you guys knew some cool dogs too. So
yeah, thanks thanks so much for that. That's right. Yeah, that was so cool. So the first dog, you all ready?
Yeah, let's talk about the first dog.
Okay. I'm gonna push the button.
Okay, that's the end litter.
Okay. Oh, you know what? The first thing though is the drawing that we're gonna do on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Because I just so this is a black and white drawing, and I'll talk about this later. I'll go through pretty quick. But this is actually what I'm going to do Saturday, and it's going to be a boxer licking an ice cream cone. But I'll talk about this later. So but let's get on to the hero dogs. This dog is a hero because that's the way I feel about ice cream, but let's get on to some true heroes.
Okay, this is an image of... This is like a really weird kind of image of at least some of the paintings up in the show. So we kind of captured where it says Greller Gallery and all that. So it says it's right as you're walking in. So just to kind of give you an idea, picture yourself in this room.
There you go. Yeah, and it goes off. Yeah, so you go down a hallway, and then there's other hallway. So, I feel like we're in the hands of Butterfingers, and I'm the one with the Butterfingers. But okay, we'll do it. You guys ready? Here we go.
Okay, this is Smokey.
What a great name, too.
It is a good name. Okay, so Smokey is a Yorkshire Terrier. Was a famous war dog who served in World War II. Smokey's owner, Corporal William A. Wayne, credited her with saving his life by warning him of incoming shells on a transport ship, an LST, calling her an angel from a foxhole. As the ship deck was booming and vibrating from anti-aircraft gunnery, Smokey guided Wayne to duck the fire that hit 8 men standing next to them. She was credited with 12 combat missions and awarded 8 battle stars. On February 21st, 1957, Corporal Smokey died unexpectedly at the approximate age of 14. Wayne and his family buried Smokey in a World War II 30 caliber ammo box in the Cleveland Metro Park's Rocky River Reservation in Lakewood, Ohio. So this was Smokey.
Wow. That's so incredible. You know, and it's. I think this is so important too because a dog doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be like a German Shepherd or a Saint Bernard. It could be a little dog and have a big impact.
Yeah, and it's almost like, you know, because this dog didn't go through 2 years of guide dog training. This dog was found in a foxhole and you know, just loved they're human, and all of a sudden kind of knew that, you know, danger, Will Robinson, let's get out of here. So, you know,
that's so awesome. But you know, and I've met little dogs that are it's like a therapy dog, or you know, a dog for, you know, like little Chihuahuas, little dogs like this too that really help their owners. You know, it doesn't. You know, little dogs have big hearts.
That's right.
Ooh, should we go on to another? I don't want to go. You know, I don't want too quick here away from Smokey, but let's see what we got over here.
Okay, this is Rin Tin Tin.
Oh, got a star in the house.
Okay, so I'm sure Rin Tin Tin's probably the most recognizable out of the bunch.
Probably, and I painted him like he's a true star. He's in the chair, but he's in a director's chair.
I think this painting he comes across as like a brooding, moody star.
Well, you know, he's getting ready. He's
a method actor.
Yeah, he is. He's getting a little worked up, and he's like, "Oh, you want a picture, do you?"
He's got a secret.
Yeah, look over your shoulder like you've got a secret, Rin.
Okay, so Rin Tin Tin, a male German Shepherd. Was an international star in motion pictures. He was rescued from a World War I battlefield by an American soldier, Lee Duncan, who named him after the good luck charms that French children often gave to American soldiers, called Rin Tin Tins. That was interesting. I didn't know that when I was doing all of this.
That's cool.
Duncan trained Rin Tin Tin and obtained silent film work for the dog. He was an immediate box office success and went on to appear in 27 Hollywood films, gaining worldwide fame. Wow.
Yeah, and this is like a 24-inch by 30-inch. 36.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. 24 by 30, yes.
Inch painting. So it's a pretty good size painting. And,
yeah. And I should say, these 2 paintings that you just showed are already sold. So Smokey and Rin Tin Tin have already been bought.
I didn't realize that.
So...
But
everything after this is good to go.
Oh, hey, that kind of worked out.
Yeah.
I put him on here. I have no. You know me. If I tried to order it, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
That's really cool though. But when I grew up, my Uncle Joe, one of the most amazing people on the planet, he had a German Shepherd named Baron that looked just like Rin Tin Tin. So whenever I was painting Rin Tin Tin, I was thinking quite a bit about Baron.
Yeah, but, that's cool.
Yeah, he wasn't the nicest dog in the world, but but he was beautiful.
So, do you know how many dogs? I don't know the answer to this, but you know weird trivia. How many dogs were there for Rin Tin Tin? Because Rin Tin Tin did pass away, and then they kept doing movies with
I don't know.
Rin Tin Tin.
Did they?
Yes.
I know. With Benji they did, but Rin Tin Tin was a dog.
I'm pretty sure they
Because Benji had other dogs, but that was the role of Benji, I think. But Rin Tin Tin, though, I
I
think.
could have swore that they had more movies. I don't know.
That does sound like something that they would do, doesn't it? But
well, I mean, if
but
you're making money, they're
but
they're
I want to say
making
Rin
films.
Tin Tin was the star. We're like Benji, like it was like a role.
Well, maybe.
But I don't know. But now I want to find out.
Yeah, I could have swore that.
If anybody knows, could
Yeah.
you comment? Because
yeah, let us know. Because I could have swore.
drop some knowledge.
Yeah. Drop some knowledge.
Let me see. I try to put in Facebook thing here.
Okay.
Did that work? Is it any comments
no.
coming through?
No, I don't see any. But that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's okay.
Okay, okay.
Barbara Brands just asked if there will be prints of this one.
Here.
So. All right. So we're doing this again.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, it cut back out. So we're back. We're back. And in the last video, right before we signed back on, Barbara Brands asked if this will be at the Arts Festival. And unfortunately, because of what's going on right now, the Arts Festival has been canceled. So...
Yeah.
it's crazy, but they are on the website, and that's kind of where we're living right now. Is we're all indoors and on the website.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I'm sorry. I'm over here clicking. I'm trying to share this to get it back because it keeps stopping, and that makes it.
yeah, it's crazy.
So, should we do the next one?
Yes. Let's go on to the next dog.
Okay. Let me see. Boop. And
Oh, okay. This is Apollo and Brittany.
here.
This is a good one. Okay. So you can't have a Hero Dogs exhibit without addressing all the insanely heroic canines that were at 9/11. I mean, I didn't, look up the numbers, but I'm sure any sort of rescues were probably due to, the dogs finding people or something like that. So, so I felt like Apollo and Brittany were the best dogs to kind of do for this.
Yeah.
Because Apollo was the very first dog on the scene, and Brittany was the last dog alive. So Brittany actually died. Well, here I'll read their whole spiel for you. Apollo and Brittany were only two of the numerous hero canines that were called to the horrific scene in New York on September 11th, 2001. Apollo, a German Shepherd, was one of New York City's top dogs throughout the 1990s. He and his handler, Peter Davis, were the first canine search and rescue team to answer the call, arriving at the South Tower merely 15 minutes after its collapse. Brittany was known as the last living search and rescue dog to have worked at Ground Zero. Brittany and her owner, handler Denise Corliss, worked 12-hour shifts on rescue and recovery for 10 days straight. Brittany crossed the Rainbow Bridge with her owners by her side at the age of 16 in Texas, where she was saluted by representatives from the armed forces and local fire departments.
Man.
So, that's pretty cool. I thought, and I'm sure people, I don't know, I've seen video of at least Brittany, because right when she passed, it was a whole thing. She was on social media and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, these dogs, and I love your painting. Your painting of this is fantastic. With,
thank
the
you.
Firefighters battling in the background. It's just a really good one.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a 3 foot by 2 foot painting. It's a large painting.
Yeah, this is 36 by 24, so this is a really good one.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I was working on this, like I don't know. I just had the idea of it hanging maybe like in an office somewhere or a vet's, you know. Just I don't know, but I guess because it's a large painting, and so much going on. But I don't know. It just shows so much heart. I just thought,
Yeah.
it's like a good painting for a team to get around, you know, because it's about teamwork.
Oh yeah. I should say I want to correct something really fast. Amanda Lee is on, and she was saying and she wrote postponed, which I do want to correct myself. The Arts and Jazz Fest wasn't canceled. It was for now postponed.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We were going to. were just canceled. But for Arts and Jazz, it's going to be postponed.
Yeah.
And then there's some others that might be postponed as well. So,
Yeah.
which is brilliant because Arts and Jazz, it's just, I mean, it's just such a great. Well, they're all so much fun. The ones we do are ones that we really really love. Like we don't do that many festivals. It's just the ones that we would go to anyway, and we would be hanging out there.
Yeah.
You know, so anytime they get canceled, it's just like
Okay, good.
What?
There was static on the feed, and anyway, it went away.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah,
One
sorry.
question was really like, there's static. I'm like,
Oh,
there's
sorry.
always something. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, thanks so much. And sorry, guys, for all this. And I think I have it shared to the personal page now.
Sweet.
You know, guys, we're kind of working this out, and we're going to be doing a lot more live stuff and in the studio and different things. So we're going to try to get this worked out a little bit better because one of the things, like we were like scheduled up every day, like literally from like all spring and then to the summer, we didn't have a day off, and then the virus hit, and now we have so much more time, and in a way, I know that's a negative thing, it's a bad thing, but on the other hand, it does give you more time, and feel like you could take a deep breath in the studio,
Regroup.
you know. Yeah, regroup and actually get and communicate with people, which is I was missing that. So yeah, it was a little nutty, but now like we get to do some of the fun stuff.
Yeah, fun.
Painting.
Okay. Oh, I bet people out there can guess who this dog is.
What is
Balto.
it? Okay, cool.
You're like, I can't.
Okay, what is it? What are we looking at, fellas?
Quick, tell me. Okay, so this is Balto.
Oh, can I see something really quick?
Yeah.
In this series, I wanted to do some different takes of paintings. So this one, because I think a lot of people know about Balto from Disney, I wanted to paint it a little realistically, but also a little
Carefree.
Yeah, a little more carefree, a little more fun, a little more whimsical with it. So that's the way I went with this one.
Yeah, and I love this one. I love the big snowflakes and the goofy look. And I think it's funny that Balto, I didn't realize this until I started doing the research, but Balto is a really dark dog. I mean, huskies are, everybody knows what a husky kind of looks like. They all kind of look the same. And he was completely dark. In fact, he wasn't a favorite amongst his handler because he wasn't pretty. He wasn't a good-looking dog.
Yeah,
so,
that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah. So, which actually the whole story of Balto, the whole story of a lot of these dogs was pretty tragic when you got down to it. It was just like, I don't know. Anyway. So, Balto, a Siberian Husky, led his dog sled team on the final leg of the 1925 Serum Run to Nome, Alaska, delivering the diphtheria antitoxin combating an outbreak of the disease. Balto proved himself on the Iditarod Trail, saving his team in the Topkok River. Balto was also able to stay on the trail in near whiteout conditions. The Norwegian gunner Kaysen stated he could barely see his hand in front of his face. Balto's team did their leg of the run almost entirely in the dark. He resided at the Cleveland Zoo until his death on March 14th, 1933, at the age of 14. So,
yeah, that's pretty cool. And he didn't do the entire run. Like he only did a short leg of it. And the other dog, Togo, is his name? Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Did the bulk of the run, but one of the things that was really cool about Balto, he finished it, but they went through the worst part of the snowstorm when anybody else would have just stopped, and when they were going through it, his handler just gave it over to Balto. Like he couldn't see anything, didn't have any idea if they were on trail or what. And he was like, okay,
yeah,
Balto's got it. And Balto had a really good sense of smell, like where a lot of dogs do, but he just had a way of getting through, even by, I don't know. It was
yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, it's a good story. And
I don't know. He's had some shade thrown at him because he didn't run the most, And I'm just like, I don't know. I just want to stand up for Balto. Like he did some amazing things, guys. He's cool.
Well, yeah, and his end life. I mean, granted, we end the little tag with like he was at the zoo, but before the zoo, he was like chained up in a little 5-foot area for couple years, I want to say, because once the fame wore off, he had gotten, I don't know the exacts of it.
It's sad.
It's sad. It's
yeah,
terrible.
the guy that the handler for Balto that used him like on the trails, he couldn't afford to buy him, and the other guy, the guy that did most of the run, he was really jealous because he didn't get famous and he did the big part of the run. He felt like he should be the guy that's getting famous, and the other dog. And so he sold Balto off. Just sold him, and he didn't let the guy have him. He sold him away, and then and Balto was put on display with some other sled dogs. He didn't feed them really. Didn't I mean? So they were just wasting away. And then this guy found them. He'd heard about the story. Like he saw Balto, and I forget what city he was in. See, when he went to Cincinnati, he went to see them, and I think the guy was from Cincinnati, wasn't he? Like, and the Balto was out at West Coast or something. But yeah, and he was just skin and bones. He thought, what the heck? So he went back to Cincinnati, and they started raising funds to be able to buy Balto, and they brought him and they put him in the zoo with and the other dogs. They bought them all, and then so they lived out the rest of their life, and the zoo built this huge enclosure that was just beautiful and wonderful and nice. But so it was.
So the last couple of years of his life were good. It's just
well. And the one guy, like his handler, like he never got over it because Balto was his absolute best friend.
Yeah, and what's funny is right after we were doing this, that Disney Plus, the streaming service, their big new release movie when they released the streaming service was Togo.
The other.
So I forget the guy's name that stars in that.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, so there is a movie about the other dog on Disney.
And the other dog's cool too. I mean, it was like the other dog was a jerk. It was the owner. But anyway, I feel like this took a turn. Balto,
Balto, great.
Yeah, he's a great dog. poor little guy. But no, it's but it's a story of redemption in his life too. I mean,
all these dogs. Oh, okay, Oni. This is a good one.
Oh, Oni.
Okay, Oni. This is Oni. This is one of my favorite paintings of the series, just because it's super cute. The dog is super cute, and you just did the lettering really well. But
thanks.
That's me.
I think my 6th grade drafting teacher for lettering. he was evil when it came to that.
And the story of this dog is really interesting too. I feel like it's a lot richer than what the painting or the card does. But if you're curious about any of these dogs, this is one to look up because he's got an interesting backstory. This is Oni. Traveling over 140,000 miles, Oni became the mascot of the Railway Post Office and the United States Postal Service. The postal clerks at Albany bought him a dog collar with a tag that read, Oni, Post Office, Albany, New York. As Oni traveled the U.S., other railway post offices added individual dog tags to dog tags to Oni's collar, making his collection so large that the United States Postmaster gave him a coat to display them all. He was granted an above and beyond the Call of Duty service award when he stayed behind to protect a mail pouch that had fallen out of a wagon during a delivery. When the clerks returned to the post office after the deliveries, not only was a bag of mail missing, but so was Oni. They backtracked their steps and eventually found Oni lying on top of the mail bag. Oni guarded the mail pouch until someone from the post office showed up.
Aw.
So this is a good one. Another tragic ending.
I know. I was gonna skip that, but and everything has to die eventually and all that. So yeah. So I mean, it's but what's amazing though is 140,000 miles. Like this is in the era when they had steam locomotives. And a lot of people wouldn't necessarily leave like your state, let alone like your town. Or,
I know. I think it's interesting that I mean, because when in doing the research, I never got the impression that he was attached to any particular human. He just liked to ride the rails, like like he was just a vagabond. So it's pretty cool that it was all. He just liked riding the rails and stayed with the mail. I don't know, maybe... I mean, I imagine at each stop he probably got excited to meet the particular post office person that was there, but anyway, it's a super cute painting. Way to go, babe.
Oh, thank you. It was a fun one.
Okay, so this is Buddy.
Oh, Buddy, first guide dog in America.
Yes, so is this your favorite? Or is it just your favorite dog?
Eagle and Echo are my favorite dog.
I
don't want them to hear and get jealous. No, this is one of my favorites. It's just Buddy was such a cool dog, and Frank Morris, his owner. It was just it's such a great story, and and that it's one of my. I like Oni a lot too, and I don't know, but Buddy is really cool. It's a 2 foot by 3 foot painting, which was nice too.
It is a nice big one. Yeah, okay, so this is Buddy. I'll go ahead and read the card. In 1928, Buddy was the first guide dog in America whose handler, Frank Morris, brought him over from England. He continually exceeded expectations to what a guide dog could do, surprising not only press and the public, but also his owner, Morris. By 1936, about 250 dogs were helping owners in the U.S., and Buddy and Frank had logged 50,000 miles by foot, train, subway, bus, and boat to meet with people and demonstrate the life-changing aspect of having a guide dog. Buddy delivered to me the divine gift of freedom, said Frank Morris. Buddy's legacy and spirit lives on thanks to the schools like the Guide Dogs of Texas.
That's true, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so, it's incredible. And 50,000 miles back then, you know, for a person who's visually impaired, that was really something. And you know, and then you in the torches, you know, was handed off to dogs like Echo and then Eagle, and Echo went on over 600 flights,
yeah.
and it's only because of the guide dogs of Texas, that the training
and
they got.
I want to say right before Buddy died, and I want to say one of his last trips was on an airplane or something. There was some sort of correlation with, like, he also broke ground with, like, flying or something. And
That's
forget.
cool.
But yeah, pretty amazing. I can contest to it as like somebody in the family that can see the difference from, like, you know, the quality of life, you know, when you have a guide dog.
Guide dogs are cool, and I put it because I in this painting I wanted to give the idea of travel, because I was thinking about having this heroic sort of stance of the guide dog and looking off the distance, maybe the glint in its eye or something. But I wanted to show it in front of stores like Ewan's Travel, because with a guide dog, they're part of your family, but they also make you. They make it where it's possible for you to reach out and be able to be a part of the community. So I wanted to have them in front of a community. So I did sort of a 1940s, 1950s kind of diner, little soda shop and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, just, I don't know,
Yeah.
it makes it where you're able to be a part of life.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that one. All right, Nick Carter.
Ah, Nick, what a name for a dog too.
Yeah, I think this is a good one. You hadn't painted this breed before.
No, I never done a bloodhound before.
So you got a lot of great feedback from this one. A lot of people, I don't see this breed a lot with people. I don't nowadays, but anyway.
That's true.
So Nick Carter was a Kentucky Hound named for a popular dime novel detective. He was born in late 1899, and with handler Captain G.V. Mulliken, he became an American legend for his man-trailing talents. Nick is credited with more than 650 finds, and his nose sent 126 criminals to jail. He was particularly skilled at tracking cold or very old scent trails, and was known for having followed one for 55 miles.
Wow.
In 1909, Mulliken and Nick were called to the scene of an arson fire. The problem was the barn had burned down more than 100 hours earlier. Nose to the ground, the big red dog circled the charred ruins. Then suddenly he lifted his tail and was off, leading Mulliken to a farmhouse about a mile away where the arsonist was hiding out.
Wow.
In his long career, he helped to bring 2,500 criminals to justice.
Man, you know, when I was a little boy, I was a fan of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
The Bandit would not have had a chance if Nick Carter was on him.
That's right.
Eastbound and down, he would have got him.
Yeah.
I feel like I just dated myself.
You
And could have been on reruns.
But this is a cute one. I love how it's the close-up, it's the fun, you know, because it's like a serious job. I mean, they're all serious jobs, but I don't know. I love the feeling of this one, because it's like, you know, it's just a cute other look at a serious sort of dog that, I mean, that dog just... that breed just looks kind of serious all the time.
Thank you. Oh yeah, but you know, I don't know, when I was petting it though, I thought about how much fun it would be just like to rub it, you know, the loose skin and those ears, and you know, and just give it a hug, like, because hound dogs are just kind of fun dogs to just hang out with, you know. So, and I was thinking like the handler, you know, with the Nick Carter, the captain. I mean, you know, I bet he was just a good buddy to hang out in the car. You know, I mean, they chase out a lot of guys, but a lot of that time is just hanging out in the car, you know, as buddies, you know. You know, so I mean, when I was painting it, I thought, how great would it be to have a dog like that, you know, and to have it in your den, and just, I don't know, like with my paintings, they're kind of like friends. So when I have one in the studio and I have it hanging, and I go, hey, good morning. So it's almost like having little pals with you. I don't know.
All right. Oh, okay. Here we go. Bud Nelson. This is a cute one. Okay, so...
but it's another great name for it.
Yeah.
Nick Carter, Bud Nelson.
Bud Nelson. Okay, so Bud Nelson became the first dog to complete a cross-country journey of the U.S. by automobile. This epic event began in 1903, and he accompanied Dr. Horatio Nelson Jackson and his co-driver Sewall K. Crocker.
Those sound like made-up names, don't they? Like from I am Horatio Nelson, and I'm going,
Unreal. Riding in front, Bud learned to watch the road ahead and soon became an enthusiast for motoring. The men fitted him with a pair of goggles to avoid bugs and wind. Bud would sit in the front and, through experience and keen sight, learn to brace for troughs and bumps on the path. The three adventurers accomplished the feat in 63 days. So I love this one because I went to there's another dog in this series that I did this with, but went to the American History Museum in Washington, and there's a whole area where it's like it's obviously American history and like the pastimes and the great moments and all that, and the automobile is a huge deal and everything, and they have a basically a big room replica of the car and the dog. And I just loved this. I took so many pictures of it because he's got his goggles on and he's like super happy and just kind of ready for the trip. But if you look up images of this dog, it'll definitely put a smile on your face because he's just too cute, and you can tell he was along for the ride, the adventure. You know, that's
funny.
He was down to have some fun. So
that's awesome.
That's a cute one. That's a good one. And he wasn't initially like part of it. I think the deal with that was Horatio wanted, and just wanted a dog to accompany him, and I think like. I don't know, while they were preparing or something, they just saw him somewhere and adopted him from like a litter of dogs that needed to be adopted, and then took him on the road, and he loved it. So
yeah, it was such a great adventure too. It was just a bet. Like somebody bet the doctor that he was like, I bet you can't drive all the way across country because that had never been done, and really, and he was like,
yeah.
And and this is a time where there weren't like the roads like they were like in.
Yeah, that car. If you haven't seen anything, the car doesn't have a top. Like it doesn't.
And they actually went a lot further than they had to. It turned out because it was so unusual. Like where they were driving, a lot of people had never seen a car. So a lot of times, whenever they would get directions, some people would send them way out of their way because they wanted them to drive by somebody's farmhouse so they could get a look at them. They're like, oh yeah, you got to go down this road and then down that one, and then. But isn't that crazy? So they drove all over the place.
Gosh, can you imagine? It's like trying to get directions from people now without a GPS.
Yeah, really. Yeah, you gotta turn left where that tree used to be.
Okay, Sgt Stubby.
Oh boy.
Okay, so when you first started this endeavor, this was my first dog. This was the dog that I was like, this has to be on the list. This is the first dog that was on the list for me. This is the first official military dog, and got all sorts of kudos and everything. And when I was in DC, there were I had my bucket list items for when I was visiting there with a friend. And he was on it. Like, I wanted to go see the stuffed version of this dog at the American History Museum. And he's there. He looks a little ragged, but he's there. So
that's
we
like,
gotta kind of like go in this weird maze of World War, one area, and then there he is. So anyway, it's really cool. So this is what the card reads. The most decorated war dog of World War I, Stubby, is the only dog to be nominated for rank and then promoted to sergeant through combat. He was the official mascot of the 102nd Infantry Regiment and was assigned to the 26th Yankee Division in World War I. He served for 18 months and participated in 17 battles on the Western Front. He saved his regiment from surprise mustard gas attacks, found and comforted the wounded, and allegedly once caught a German soldier by the seat of his pants, holding him there until American soldiers found him.
Haha.
So, and if you see this dog, like pictures of this dog, or you go see him at the museum, he's wearing, you kind of see it in the painting, he's wearing this vest that has a ton of medals all over it. Like, there's way more medals than what you'd even see in this painting.
Oh, yeah.
It's weighed down, but
I should say too, because like in the photographs, they're all like after the war, like, and he's old and retired, and he's got all these medals. I wanted to paint like a younger Stubby. So there are no photos of him when he was younger and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to do my interpretation of what he might have been like in the war. Yeah. He's got a few medals. He's seen some stuff. He's been in it. And I also wanted to depict the trench and all, because World War I, the trenches is just crazy, and this little dog, and again, it's not a huge dog, it is right there with him. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
But that was a fun one. That's a pretty big painting too.
It's 22 by 28. That's it's not quite as big as like the bigger ones, but it's bigger than 18 by 24. But it's a good one. I like that. It's a good one. Okay. Okay, Leica. There we go. So, Leica
doesn't end well for this dog either.
Man, like this is I think the last dog painting that we have to show, and whatever. Okay. Leica. This painting is a 24 by 18, and the write-up on this, it says, a Soviet space dog who became one of the first animals in space and the first animal to orbit the Earth. Leica was a stray from the streets of Moscow, selected to be the occupant of the Soviet spacecraft Sputnik 2 that was launched into the outer space on November 3rd, 1957. The experiment paved the way for human spaceflight and provided scientists with some of the first data on how living organisms react to spaceflight environments. Leica died within hours from the overheating possibly caused by a failure of the central R7 sustainer to separate from the payload.
Yeah.
So, tragic. What was real tragic about this is that it wasn't like, I mean, I should say that when I researched this, like, the handlers, there were more than just this one dog. They had quite a few dogs that they were testing, doing things with. This is just the first one, I think, that went up. Mm. But, and the handlers, like, you read the research, and the handlers were heartbroken, and they were sad that this was the case and everything, but that's what was so terrible about it was it wasn't just this dog. It was a slew of dogs. It was I don't know. It was just you just I don't know.
Yeah, it was a hard choice to put Leica on here, because the other dogs, quite a few of them. I mean, they went on adventures, and that's, but in this,
I think for me, I don't know about you. I mean, for me, putting it on the list was kind of a testament to, like, the dogs that, I mean, granted, they don't know they're giving themselves to testing or whatever, but space flight and the I don't know, the progress of man or something. And I know it's not right or anything, but it led to some discoveries.
It'd be wrong to overlook it, I think, would be a big thing. I mean, because
it would be wrong. So to dismiss it, that wouldn't be right at all.
Yeah, so I had to include Leica, but it's a sad story, but it's also kind of incredible, and it's that because of Leica and the canines. I mean, there's always a dog, it seems like, with mankind. So, like, when we take our first steps into space, there was a dog there, and whenever back way earlier than we ever thought, like the scientists are finding out, I mean, man and dog goes way back,
Yeah.
And it's pre-civilization. I mean, one of the reasons that we might have civilization is because of dogs.
Yeah.
Just reading some of the reports and stuff that are coming out about it, where they are like, well, it's way earlier than we ever thought. And it's funny how dogs are always there with mankind. So, with our first steps into space, and and we're going to be a spacefaring species one of these days, and but it's kind of nice to know that before man ever stepped foot into space, our dogs stepped paw out there. They led the way, so I think that's kind of cool.
So that's a good one. And so this one,
puppies.
Okay, go. Quick, go something.
Quick, sweet puppies.
So again, that's good. That's good to go back to this. I like that. So every painting that sells from this collection, half of the proceeds go to the Guide Dogs of Texas.
Yeah.
They're look adorable hero dogs in training.
Yeah, they're
ridiculously cute.
They are incredible.
So I just want to reiterate that. I also want to reiterate, I don't know if you want to go back to the drawing really fast. again, so Saturday, John's going to paint this painting, and if you want to follow along, you can. I will post a high-res version of this painting. Also, if you go to our website and you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get a coupon code as well as a sneak peek to our coloring book, which I will send out right after the weekend. So, we hope everybody tunes in to the Saturday live show where John will actually paint, and that'll be fun.
Yeah, and this image we're actually going to put we're going to put tonight. So if you want to have it and print it out, if you have kids and they want to color along,
that's great. That'd be
fun.
So,
we're gonna
and we'll post this video on our YouTube channel all spliced together.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to share that and share the love of the Hero Dogs once we post it, that'd be greatly appreciated. Again, half the proceeds go to Guide Dogs of Texas, and because we're not having a reception, because we're all indoors and quarantining, then it'd be great to share it on the interwebs. We'd appreciate it. So.
And tomorrow around 2, we're going to go to Frisco and for the immersive show that we have there. So we're going to walk around there live in the gallery, and you guys can tell us where to go and if you have any questions or anything. We'll do that. Was there any questions on the comments?
There wasn't any question. A lot of so cute, and Mandalee was commented on how cute they were, and Ron Captain said he's interested in knowing more about Bud, the painting. So we will get right back to you about that. That is a good one. I like that one a lot. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions or comments about it after the fact, be sure and leave them in the comments. We're going to post this to our YouTube. And please share it out to all your friends and everything as soon as we get that link. And, if they're dog lovers, maybe they'll be interested in one of the paintings. And, again, half the proceeds go to Guide Dogs of Texas. So, we really appreciate you guys tuning in with us and hanging through the little bumps.
Yeah, and we're going to figure out all the technical stuff.
Yeah.
So we might try a different format where we do the video beforehand, but we premiere it so we can chat.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
During it, so I don't know.
Watch party. The hottest thing nowadays is like a watch party. I think Netflix has got watch parties now.
Really?
Where you can get, because nobody wants to even be in the same room with each other. So not even your best friend, So where our anniversary was the other day, and I'm like,
man, yeah.
But anyway, so maybe we'll do that. Do a watch party or something, and everybody can chat. That'd be fun. But that's pretty much it. That's it.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see y'all tomorrow at 2 in the Frisco Gallery. I'll see you guys online, but we'll be there.
Yeah, again, sign up for the newsletter. If you missed the video, then we'll send it out on the newsletter. So there you go.
That's true.
Cool.
Well, bye, guys.
Thanks.
I know I say goodbye, but I'm going to have to go over here.
You
and
just got to make it awkward, don't you?
I know. I got to make it awkward. Sorry.
Make it awkward, don't you? Don't you?
Bye again, guys.